Today on Athletes in Motion, we present for the first time on national television the most difficult and compelling adventure race ever held. From the islands of the Philippines, it's the ELF Authentic Adventure Race. Today on Athletes in Motion, you're going to witness more determination and will by an invited list of incredibly dedicated athletes. In conditions so hazardous and downright unbearable, 23 teams of competitors from all over the world set off on this battle with Mother Nature and mankind. ELF has instilled values into this race that has guided their company from the beginning. Their values are founded on a sense of effort, team spirit, and above all, that pioneering spirit which makes people extremely eager to discover things in the midst of inhospitable and even downright hostile environments. Above all, the ELF Authentic Adventure is an arena for the pioneering spirit, the taste for discovery and feeling of effort, an opening onto different cultures and respect for the environment. The 23 teams are going to cover more than 600 kilometers on their way through Samar, Biliran, and Leyte. First by kayak, crossing a huge grotto, swimming in a stream, kayak again at sea with a crossing of Biliran as the extreme route, then on foot through the jungle. Caving will be a task, as well as climbing primary forest, sea kayaking, 100 kilometers of rollerblading on the Pacific coast, and finally, Subaran, a local trimaran, to finish up on the island of Leyte at Tacloban. Among the 23 teams on hand include Team SPI, an international team made up of 7 competitors, including Los Angeles resident Kathy Sasson. Her team consists of legend John Howard, Jeff Roban, and Mateo Pellin. Also venturing into the Philippines is the Americans, made up of Isaac Wilson, Ian Adamson, Karen Lundgren, and Paul Romero.
This whole scene, this whole race is pretty dangerous no matter how you look at it in some ways. But it's only one way to find out if we're, going to have a good team and have a good time. It's just to do it. We have no reserves. None of us had any reserves about racing with each other. I presume.
None at all. None at all.
So we're just going for it. We're here, and it was a little rough getting here, but we're here and can have a real good time. That's like our first priority.
But one of the reasons that I really like working with this team is that it's equal. We all have an important part in the team. None of us can make it without the other members on the team. And when we make decisions, everything is team, and everyone has input. And it's not any different. I'm not treated different for being a woman on the team.
We are marking out the course that we think we might do during the race. It could be different, but this is what we think we will do. This is very important because it's easier for us to think clearly now rather than later when we're very tired. So if we do it now and we do it right, then it makes it easier later on.
I'd like to mark our best case scenario, something that we hope to follow, and then obviously terrain can make its own choices for us once we get walking. But you can usually tell what looks the most straightforward and legitimate on the maps before you even get to them, if you can identify the kind of terrain you're going to be walking over.
Often what happens is you get there and it looks different from what you thought. That's normal. You get there and think, this doesn't look anything like I expected it to. So we'll mark where we have to go, and then in between each point it's a bit of a mystery, but we'll try and do the best we can.
The ELF Adventure Race begins. The ground in which they're running on is extremely dangerous. It is not an even surface, and if anyone was to fall, it would be costly to the team. An open wound at this early stage of the race would be a major setback. Their first goal is to get to deep enough water to launch their kayaks. Representing the United States, Team Farmanex settles into a rhythm as they begin a quest that will be sure to change their lives. They will see landscape they've only heard and wondered about. Over the next 2 weeks, they'll be together every single minute of every day. They'll rely on each other for everything, as this team exploration in the Philippines is just getting started. When we come back here in Athletes in Motion, the venture of a lifetime continues.